What if Earth was no longer in control of its own orbit? What if humanity was no longer the dominant intelligence on its own world? And even worse, what if we didn't even understand what had replaced us? Some science fiction gives us answers. Wolfbane gives us something else entirely. It gives us a world where the rules have changed and no one bothered to explain them. Greetings, legendary readers. Welcome to Larry's Legendary Library, where we explore science fiction, fantasy, and the deeper wonder within them. Today, I want to explore something strange, something disorienting, something that doesn't just tell a story, but it forces you to figure it out. We're diving into Wolfbane by Frederik Pohl and C. Kornbluth. I picked it up in a recent book haul. Cover art by Ken Barr. Z. Kenak 2107 commented on that book haul video that he'd be interested in me talking about this book. He said it was intense, and I certainly agree. This is not a comfortable book. Even the cover of Wolfbane reflects this idea. Look at this cover. Earth isn't under attack. It's already been contained. Humanity has been contained. And above all, something else, something dark, is sitting in place watching. And that's what makes Ken Barr so powerful. He doesn't just explain the world, he throws you into it. And that's exactly what the book does. For my taxonomy classification, this is a puzzle wrapped in pressure. At its core, Wolfbane is a puzzle story, but not the kind that politely hands you clues. This is the kind of puzzle that drops you into the middle of a system and expects you to survive long enough to understand it. The Earth is no longer where it should be. Humanity is no longer in charge, and layered over everything is a structure of intelligence that operates on rules that we don't recognize. You're not given a map. You're not given a guide. You're given fragments, slowly, uneasily, and you begin to piece together what's happening. Cognitive dislocation is a psychological term that may apply here. The feeling that the world makes sense, but not to you, not yet. But this isn't just a puzzle you solve at your leisure. This is a puzzle under pressure, because while you are trying to understand the system is already acting upon you. Humanity in Wolfbane isn't exploring, it's reacting, it's adapting, it's trying to survive inside a structure that has already decided its place for humanity. And that creates a very specific kind of tension, not what happens next, but what is happening to us right now. This is existential pressure, not just survival of the body, but survival of meaning, of identity, of free agency. And this is where Wolfbane reveals its deeper wonder, because beneath the puzzle and beneath the pressure, it asks a question that feels uncomfortably relevant. What happens when humanity is no longer the center of the story? They're not the hero, they're not the driver, not even the one asking the questions. Science fiction often imagines us expanding outward, colonizing, conquering, discovering, but Wolfbane flips that. It imagines a universe where we are the ones that are being absorbed, where intelligence exists on levels that we can barely perceive, where systems operate beyond our ability to control or even fully understand. And maybe that's why this book still hits decades after it was written, because in some ways it doesn't feel entirely fictional. We already live inside systems that we don't fully understand. Technological, economic, political, structures that shape our lives without asking our permission. Wolfbane just pushes that idea to its ultimate conclusion. So when I look at Wolfbane through the lens of taxonomy, I see primary is puzzle, secondary is pressure. But what I feel is something even deeper, a reminder that the universe may not be built for us to understand. And that sometimes the greatest science fiction isn't about giving us answers. It's about showing us how small we really are. Legendary readers, have you ever read a book that made you feel like you were inside the puzzle or inside a pressure cooker? Not observing it, but trapped within it? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the deeper wonder of science fiction and fantasy, I encourage you to subscribe to Larry's Legendary Library, because there are many more worlds to explore and many more mysteries to uncover. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, keep exploring the deeper wonder.